Right, okay, so session 8. So last time, session 7, we picked up where we left off after playing Musco's followers with the children, Caradogs, sort of very triumphantly just relishing in how much fun they had. They were like, do you see that one person kicked that other person off a roof? How crazy. So after that, it was kind of just, we did a little more shopping actually in the market. We did a little bit more market shopping, and then we kind of talked to some people around town. Jacinta, who owns the flower shop of the stolen boots infamously. You spoke to her about the mysterious ghost. So you knew from the priestesses that something was going on kind of a mile east of town. Spoke to Jacinta, and she gave you a little bit more information just around where exactly it was. She gave you like direct details, like, you know, like if you see a house with looks like this, you've gone too far, blah blah blah. And so you followed the instructions, heading off towards the mysterious ghostly shit. Stumbled into a crocodile's hunting ground, which once you sort of ran away from them, they left you alone. Everyone left everyone in peace. But you are all now very, very muddy, and a big
We
storm.
didn't fight as a party.
Sorry?
We didn't fight as a party.
No, you
I'm so proud of you.
ran
guys.
away.
Quite
Decided to
be
say
fair, Tokki was dragged away.
yes.
Okay,
Tokki
that
was
makes
quite
sense. That makes more
physically-
sense.
Yeah. But yes, and then a big storm has kicked in, so like thunder and lightning and all that nonsense. And with the thunder rumbling and the lightning striking random parts of the marsh, you finally find the lone tree that has been described to you a few times now, that this kind of haunting is occurring around. And approaching it, you heard screaming, which through some kind of quick charismatic charm from wrath quickly turned into laughter. And a young woman presented herself, Anna, who is a ghost. And you have just begun talking to her. You found out that she, well, I won't say anything in case I give too much away, but you have learnt a few things, and you're going to go back into town to sort of probe into them a little bit more. But like I did last session for Eleanor, is there anything that you as players think Michelle should know around, especially around like what you learned from Anna already, but just other stuff, anything you want to fill in?
So, Anna, Penna,
Pecha.
Pecha, that's the one, is human. She's an 18-year-old girl ghost with a burnt orange cloak, brown homespun clothes, and thick, dark, curly hair. Turns out she went out to the marsh. She was waiting for someone, and after some persuasion, we found out she was waiting for tercero, her lover, and they were going to go get married tonight. But Anna thinks tonight is 50 years ago.
Oh.
And she was mentioning going to get married, and she's like, "Oh, my ring, have you?" And then realized she's not wearing it. And then we found the ring, or someone found the ring. Javi and Wraith found the ring, and picked it up together. It was super cute. They touched hands. They were both down on one knee. Absolutely adorable.
Stop it.
And it turns out she is haunting this ring. But I think it was Wrath who did the insight or history check. Figured out that Tercero was the old man that Loon said, "Good morning, Tercero," as we walked to Tokki's family home this morning. It's been a long day.
That's a lot that's happened in one day. Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
So what is the plan? Are you guys trying to go and find Tercero?
We didn't get that far.
Okay.
We literally found out Tercero. End of session.
Yeah. Big reveal.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger ending. Love it.
And Anna does not seem to know that she's dead. None of us have told her.
No.
But yeah.
Thank you for the update.
What do you want to do? So yeah, you've been talking to Anna. You found her ring. It's kind of like a silver ring think one of you examined it, and there wasn't anything too there wasn't any sort of engraving inside. They had sort of like Celtic sort of knot, or I don't know, braided around the edge, sort of, I don't know, vibes. Words aren't coming too easy, but it had some sort of Celtic vibes to it. This silver ring, and I think you've just actually, I don't know if you have given it back to her. I don't know if one of you, Wraith or Wrath or Javi, is still holding it.
I don't remember. I think we established that if we gave it to her, it kind of fall through her.
Yes, you did.
So
That
I
was
think
it.
Javi has left it with Wrath. Because Wrath knows ghosts.
Where are we now? We back at the town?
No, so you are still in the marsh. So you're like a mile, like half an hour outside of town.
And is Anna with us?
Yes, Anna's with you. You just met her like 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
You're by this tree that, like, all the reportings of like spooked horses and cold spots, and it is cold. Like, it's been a really muggy day, and that it's very much like rain still falling down. But like it's cold now around where Anna is.
Are we gonna go and throw hands with that old man?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why
And-
are we throwing hands with him?
Well, I think I've convinced myself that she's dead
He
because
left
he
her at
didn't
the
come.
altar.
He didn't come and meet her, and she's died here.
Oh my goodness.
So Harvey's certainly ready to go through hands with this old man.
Mhm.
And I think Anna's attached to the ring, isn't she? So if we take the ring with us, she might
Yeah.
come with us,
Mhm.
which could be good or bad.
Can Wraith approach Anna?
Mhm.
And still like twisting her own ring on her finger,
Mhm.
just sort of one hand idly twisting it. She'll just softly say, "Anna, sweetling, what's the last thing you remember before losing your ring or waking up by the tree?"
Well, I remember I was waiting here. It was dark. It was nighttime, kind of near midnight. We were sneaking away together, and it was really foggy. I could not see much at all, and I was waiting here for him. And she kind of looks at like you playing with your ring. She's like, I was like you are now playing with the ring he gave me, and I remember a loud noise, and yeah, it's strange. And she puts her hand to her head. She's like, I think I remembered a sharp, well, not sharp, like a blow to my head, like a pain, and then I fell down, and then I was cold, and I was in the mud, and I think I dropped my ring.
The way that she looks is there anything on her that makes like a cause of death obvious?
Yeah, so she looks, as you're seeing her now, she looks sort of, I mean, normal alive. Like, she doesn't look like, I don't know, she's not got a massive wound on her. But roll like an insight or a perception check to kind of, she's not presenting as someone who's just died. Like, she's almost living the moments before she died. So she doesn't appear to have any wounds on her, but see if you can kind of see past that.
Ooh, it's a non-nat 20 on perception.
Nice. Awesome. So you look at her and you sort of have to like, it's like unfocusing your mind almost. Like you're kind of looking at her and looking at her from different angles, and as you sort of skirt around, like you're doing it sort of, you know, you're not drawing attention, you're not like pacing around her, but as you sort of look one way, look the other, for like a brief moment, you catch a glimpse of something, and then you kind of dart back to that angle, and if the angle is just right, her appearance entirely changes. Like, as Steph said, she's got kind of neat hair. It's like bushy, curly, dark hair. She's got this like burnt orange cloak on. But from this one angle, her hair is like matted, covered in mud. Her cloak is kind of ripped a little bit at the very edges, like the bottom of her cloak. And I mean, it's quite gory what you do see, but you see like there is a very obvious just blow to the back of her head, like kind of caved in, as if some force has really struck her.
Javi is gonna like grab Wrath and like manhandle him into the position that he can see this from.
Yeah, you see the same thing, Wrath. Now Harvey kind of shows it to you.
Oh dear. That is troubling. What do we do?
Wraith will keep talking to Anna while people are shuffling around.
Nice.
So why? I understand hidden lovers and all that, as us girls do. But why would you meet Tercero out in the marsh to run away, like to get married? Do your parents not approve? How scandalous!
Well, I mean, yes, this is kind of what it is. We both want to live outside of this town. It is only small. There is not a lot going on, and you know, it's not that they don't approve. I think they think we are a little bit young to get married so soon. I mean, Tercero is only a year older than me. His family want him to take over with the business, and I mean, I don't know. I don't much fancy being a fisher person, like my family are. But I don't know. It was just a new start, and yeah, some friends they do not like Tercero, so we thought let's go away and do it, and then there is nothing that can be undone.
Why don't they like him? You seem to like him plenty.
I do. I love him. I love him a lot, and I don't know. I don't know. They maybe they are jealous.
He got a lot to be jealous of then, your Tercero.
Well, a little bit, yes.
Come on, it's just us girls. Is he handsome?
Oh,
As they're like right behind her.
He's like right there.
Sitting around in the background.
He's like just hovering.
5-foot rabbit shuffling
Girls,
foot to foot.
Wraith staring at the back of your head.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, roll a persuasion check.
Sure.
Wrath slowly like oscillates round so his head is in view.
Roll a, I guess like stealth check, Wrath, bloody hell.
Oh, it's good.
Me or Wraith?
You,
I'm
yeah,
confused.
you, April.
21 on persuasion.
Nice. This is basically your, I don't know, not your DC, I suppose, April, but if you get less than 21, like, you're fine. Like, I don't know. I'm figuring it out in my head. Don't worry about it.
13.
That's fine. That's fine. So yes, you kind of do scoot around, and you get a look at the blow in the back of her head, and it is like fucking gory. I don't need to go into details. Picture like a murder show, where someone's been whacked on the back of the head, and you can see it quite clearly. She does not seem fazed by it at all, but she very much looks like someone who has died a gruesome death. Back on the other side, with her looking completely fine and happy, she kind of like smiles and blushes. She's like, well, I mean, Tercero, he is strong, and you know, this is nice, and he's kind and very charming. He says that I, you know, brighten up his day whenever he sees me, and he says that all he's ever wanted to do really is take me and run away with me, so it can only be us.
How long have you known him for?
Well, ages really. Our families have both lived here for ages and know him really all my life. But only recently we've kind of, started to, I don't know, get to know each other a bit more.
Who made the first move?
Oh, he did.
Oh, that's cute. What did he do?
Well, he would leave me flowers. I would be out on the boats with my family for the day, and I would come back to the dock. And while I have been away, he would have left it somewhere secret where my family couldn't see. But he would leave me notes saying to sneak out and meet him on the other side of town from where he lives, and we would meet over there in secret.
So you were planning to run away. Are you missing anything else besides your ring? Did you have anything with you?
No, I mean, he said that he was sorting, he was going to get a horse and everything and sort out the, the bags and things. He said to just bring myself and that would be enough.
Are we
Sounds-
still walking as this is happening?
I think
You're
we're all
not,
standing
you're
under the
standing still.
tree.
Yeah, no
We're
one,
just
you're not
chilling.
moving.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah, a couple of, so Wrath and Javi are like looking at kind of the back of her head. But the rest of you, I think, are just standing there talking.
Sounds like a true gentleman. I'm
Yes.
surprised your friends didn't like him.
Well, yeah.
Don't like him.
They just, I don't know, they said something to me. I don't know. It was probably nothing, but I think she was just angry that I was going to be leaving. We have been friends all our lives, and I told her this because I care about her and I wanted her to be happy, but I don't know.
What did she say?
Well, I don't know. It's probably nothing important. Roll a persuasion check.
Just us girls.
There's some wild theories going off in the chat.
That's a 6.
Yeah, she's like, just, I think she was just reacting in the moment, just saying I should not run away with him when I told her about it last night.
She's probably just going to miss you.
Yeah, I am sure.
Did you want us to let her know that you were okay, or maybe talk to her for you?
Oh, maybe, yeah. I mean, well, no, maybe not. I mean, it's what, the middle of the day. I really must have fallen asleep, but I really don't remember falling asleep. But obviously, it is a different day now, and I don't know. It's so strange. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's spring, and I don't know. I'm a bit confused, I think.
It's okay. You said you maybe took a knock to the head. That could confuse anyone.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Also, this is the gentlest you've ever seen, Wraith.
Yeah, I know.
I know. What am I?
Who is this
Like,
Ray?
who the fuck is this?
I got Sweetling.
Oh, Sweetling, yeah.
Zana's gonna kind of slide away from the ghost a little bit and just whisper to the party, I guess. I think if we're gonna bring her into town, she's people are gonna react to her being a ghost anyway. I think we should just tell her the truth. It's better that she finds out now than in the middle of a confrontation with her man.
There's going to be a lot to unpack if we have to find tercero, and he's a very old man.
I'll back away to the group for a second. Brother, is memory loss common in ghosts? It's particularly the recent moments before their death.
DM. Memory loss common.
Yeah,
In ghosts
in your
before they're dead.
experience, souls that you've kind of met before, that there is sort of an explanation needed as to where they are now and like what may have happened, and yeah, kind of especially around it's that like liminal transitional moment of like right on the brink of death that seems to be very confusing, and the mind can't naturally wrap its head around it, like what's happening. So it sort of chooses to not, is what you've found, with explanation like that they can grasp it, but just naturally the memory loss and confusion is natural, is normal.
Yes.
Gotcha. Brother, you're the most practiced at this. Do you want to come with me?
I can do.
Okay. Wraith will link arms with her brother and wander back closer to Anna.
Mhm.
Sweetling, come sit with us.
Oh.
And Wraith will lead her right under the tree where it's
Mhm.
driest.
Nice.
Sit against the base of the tree.
Cool. She'll sort of like brush out her skirts, and it's like you kind of watch her go to take her cloak off, and when you're like, I don't know if she can, it's almost like she decides not to, like just a second before she does, and just so she sits down next to you.
April, you want to take this, or do you want me to take this?
I don't mind. I'm just thinking what to say.
Yeah. I think some explanations may be in order. You can tell it's time has passed. It's spring now.
Yeah.
You weren't asleep quite so much as you had passed. I think that knock you took to the head may have been more serious than you realized. And a lot of time has passed from when you think it is now.
What do you mean?
The date we think it is several decades ago.
How? What? No.
Anna, we're living in 024 of the fourth era.
021.
021, sorry. 021.
Raph will get out his diary and be like,
17
we can prove it for days.
of the third era was more than around 50 years ago.
This is crazy. What? No. Why are you saying this? No.
Anna, you came to meet your love. You took a knock to the head. But your soul didn't pass on. Currently in Pensueno, ghosts are appearing, and one was reported in the marsh by this tree. And that's where we found you. I'm so sorry, sweetling.
That can't be. No. My family. No. Make a persuasion check for me.
This is so sad.
Yeah.
It's a 16.
Okie dokie. As you're kind of explaining this, and she's sort of like reacting, the cold that's been like around her this whole time is intensifying. Like centered on this tree. Like the four of you, or the three of you, I suppose, outside of the tree, kind of watching this talk happen. Feel noticeably that the temperature drops as you can see that Anna is looking disturbed and upset and confused. And then as kind of Wraith starts explaining about ghosts and how one's been reported by this tree, and things really start kind of clicking, you two, the twins inside the tree, it's like a sudden drop and you're suddenly freezing and shivering, and around you like frost is beginning to like form, where like it's raining, it's now coming down as hail, and like beating down on you, and small rocks in the vicinity start to like lift up into the air, like quivering, reminding you a lot of I mean the ghosts that you fought in the cave that were kind of throwing things around. Things kind of seem to be moving. The tree is sort of like twisting and thrashing like against the wind. And could you two, the twins, make a wisdom save for me, please?
Keep going. Oh, plus 16.
Cool.
Well,
So as she like begins, well, as this cold begins to spread, you are like all of a sudden you're kind of watching her face and she's shaking her head confused, and then it's like her whole being seems to kind of like glitch, and switch in and out of focus or realm or whatever, and suddenly all of you can see the kind of dead version of Anna, that you were kind of looking at from behind. You see how kind of one side of her head is kind of caved in. There's blood and mud all over her face, and she's a mess. And then she opens her mouth, and her eyes glowing with this like blue energy. She lets out this scream, and everything just stops. Like the wind stops, the hail stops. You look around you, and you see it's like there's hail sort of frozen in midair. It's like for a fraction, time itself almost has stopped, and nothing's moving. You can't hear any birds. You don't hear the sound of the marshlands. You don't hear the wind in the trees. Everything is still, and then all of that rushes back in on itself, and it's like the world was holding its breath for like 5 seconds, and then as if to make up for the silence, there's like a deafening like cacophony of screaming and howling winds, and the rest of you kind of not sort of sitting next to her kind of sort of brace yourself, like it's very uncomfortable, but the two twins sitting next to her, you guys take like 7 points of necrotic damage, just as this like cacophony of grief is like expelled from her, and as it all rushes back in, her face like flickers, sorry, her face like flickers, and you see for a moment that face of the girl you've been talking to, not battered and bloodied and dirty, just her tears streaming down her face before she flickers and vanishes, and Wrath, the ring that you're holding, like is freezing cold to touch for like a few seconds, and then pulses blue and then goes dark.
Oh. I don't think that went well. So she's inside the ring now?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Has this happened before with any other spirits I've come across?
Roll a history check.
That's what. Oh, 23.
Yeah, like, yeah, things like this have happened where, like, you know, spirits lash out. They still have some power to them, like, and technically Anna that you are talking to isn't human anymore. Like, she's a ghost, she's a spirit, and with that comes, you know, like, new supernatural abilities, and in like realizing what she is for the first time, it's like it's too much, and she's just like retreated.
I think she needs some time to process. This often happens. Not sure if I could speak to the ring and she'd hear me. I don't know.
Try.
I'll hold up the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hello?
Mm-hmm.
I know this is very hard to take, but we're here if you need us. I'm sorry we probably caused you a lot of trauma. It's kind of why I offered you my therapy services at the beginning of this conversation, but it's okay. I'm always here. And then I'll just put the ring back in the pocket and see what happens.
Yeah, roll a persuasion check.
There. Ooh. 23 again.
Nice.
No, 22.
Oh,
Bad.
cool. No, that's fine. Yeah, you you talk say this kind of to the ring, and you hear, no one else like hears it, but you holding the ring and talking directly to it, you hear a voice like in your head, in your mind, say like very quietly, just like, I'm sorry to have hurt you.
It's fine. It's fine. I didn't almost die. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I talk to spirits a lot. This happens. It's all right. It can't have been easy learning what you did.
No.
The only thing I can really offer you is just a person to talk to, and we could try and find answers for what happened for you if you want, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, do you know what happened to me?
No, I'm sorry. This is probably going to be very triggering, but it looks like you had severe head trauma, so I'm not sure if this is like someone who you knew attacking you. It's possible. And do we know of anything in this area that might have done that that's like natural or supernatural, like other than a human
You
being?
can roll a nature check,
A tree branch.
but at
A tree branch,
disadvantage because you
Hadouken.
are not familiar with the area at all.
Aye. Oh, I have +5. So, 12.
Yeah, you're like, as much as it was kind of a joke, you're like, I don't know, maybe a tree fell on it. Like, that's the only thing where you're like, you really are not familiar with the area. Like, you didn't know there were crocodiles here till like half an hour ago.
No.
You can't really think of anything that might have done this.
Are you okay in the ring?
Yes, I think. Is it okay if I stay in here for a little bit?
Of course, of course. If you want, I can do some investigating as to why this happened. But if you don't want that, I shall leave it be.
No, I
You
think
can chill with us.
this would help.
Okay.
You think someone killed me?
Uh,
Who?
In my
Why?
experience of many spirits, it tends to be murder of some kind.
What?
I know. People are bastards. What can I say?
I have done nothing to no one.
I know. I mean, you did nothing wrong. It's always the innocent. I mean, I could be wrong. Statistically speaking, I'm right, but who's to say? But we can investigate it for you. That's what I do. And hopefully that will bring you some peace and closure.
Yes.
Ask about her friend's name. Cool. Cool.
Oh, hello. What were the names of your friends
And family.
and family? Could you give me a family tree, all your close friends and acquaintances' names? What was your last known address?
I lived. I mean, I live near the lake.
Mm?
We are fishers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my last name is Percha, but how long did you say?
Beautiful name. 5 to 6 decades. A while. I don't know whether this is going to be. I'm not sure whether to say this, to be honest. But I'm going to because I feel you deserve to know. We passed tercero not so long ago, and he was an elderly man, essentially. Huge the time has passed, obviously.
He never came to find me? No one has.
I would think
found
that
me
he
until
would
now?
have, yes.
No one has come looking?
You deserve better. I know. I mean,
No one
if
at
you
all?
want me to get vengeance for you, I offer that as another service. So
as she's like, as you're talking to her, all of you see like Anna just reappears, like she pops out the room.
no,
And she starts like
Hello.
looking around. She's like, "Is my body here? No one came to find me."
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, your body's not here, so maybe someone did. Or the
Well-
crocodiles did.
or cover up.
Or they covered it up, but I'm not gonna say that. We can ask around. We can investigate for you.
Yes. Well, and she turns to you, Wrath, and she says, "Well, if Tercero is an old man, then," and you see like her bottom lip kind of quivers, and she's like, "I do not think telling you the names of my parents will be any use."
No.
But my friend.
Sorry, that was a stupid question. I think.
No, my friend is called Dolores.
Dolores.
Do we know Dolores? I feel like we know Dolores. Do we know Dolores?
Roll a history check.
Wait. Was it her Aunt Dolores? Was it the one that embroidered the shoe?
I don't know.
Do I remember?
She hasn't fucking married to Sarah,
Okay,
has
I
she?
don't remember because I rolled a 1.
Oh no! You don't remember.
I rolled a 24.
Yeah. You remember discussing a pair of boots with the local florist, and she was like, "Oh, my aunt Dolores embroidered these for me." You have heard the name Dolores thrown around before.
Dolores is also alive.
Well, we don't know that.
There could be more than one Dolores. She could also have died between sewing the
It's
shoes.
just-
It was her
Small
last
town.
act to embroider the boots.
So yeah, we never saw a body when we were here, right? Never at
No.
any point when everything was happening with the hail.
No, you didn't. And like looking at the ground, it's not like, I mean, yeah, a crocodile could have come and taken her into the marsh and stuff, but this bit is pretty solid ground. Like, looking around you, kind of like, there's no way that a body could have just sunk and been lost.
Hmm.
Can I inspect the tree? Are there any like carvings in the tree? Or
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
rolls are going badly, guys. It's a 6.
No, you just looks like
That's bad.
an old tree.
Cool. Thank you. Wraith will stand up from the foot of the tree, stiffly, because she is cold and wet and frosty from ghostly
And
rage.
muddy. Everyone's muddy.
And muddy.
And like swampy.
I'm real fucked up from that, I can't lie.
Yeah.
Wraith will take a dagger out of her thigh sheath, flip a dagger, put it back away, and then start walking towards town.
Well, it would look like we're off by my sister's motion, so
Yeah.
I guess we're
Walking towards
going. Would you like to travel in the ring, or would you like to be out with us? It's up to you.
I think I can do something. What was that? That was a bird.
Sorry, that was my water bottle.
I thought
Sorry,
it was on
I forgot.
Spotify. And I was like,
It
totally
sounded like a bird.
I was like, what ambient sounds have I got on? No, she said, I think I might be able to do something. And then you see the ring kind of glows and pulses, and then like settles into a solid, like light blue kind of glow. And she says, I think now that only you all can see me, this might be easier.
Oh, that's clever. Look at you
going.
go.
I am already very good at this.
Let's go. Alright, off we pop. Ray, slow down. Okay. Come back in.
Marching. Yep, she's striding through the marsh. Knee-high boots, sloshing.
Amazing.
Ray, we really have the health to be going on our own like this. Come on, come back.
Roll a nature or a survival check, Rory.
She's also looking at crocodile.
Oh, no,
Not
again.
sloshing too much. It's gonna be survival. It's gonna be a 3. It's going really well.
Yeah. Everyone else, you notice
We are
that
so insta-dead.
Wraith is walking right back in the direction of.
Sister, do you remember about an hour ago what we faced in?
She'll stop. Bow her head for a second. And put it back up. Would someone else like to lead the way back to town? I fear wildlife survival is not my strong suit, amongst the many of them.
Indeed.
I can certainly try and figure out the directions to town, but I am wet and post-crocodile trauma. Javi will give it a go.
Go for it. Nature or survival.
Jeez, it's going to be a nature. What dice did I roll last time? Because that went quite well. It's a 21.
Nice.
Better than me.
Yeah, you very easily are like, let's just like not go that way, and that'll probably be very easy. So you head off. You navigate your way back through the marsh, and it's still raining. It's tucking it down. And yeah, every now and then still the odd rumble of thunder and strike of lightning. The wind is still picking up quite a bit, but you manage to find your way back to the path, and within about 20 minutes you'll be back in town.
Where should we go first?
That's the wrong one. That's the world.
We
Oh.
walked so far.
Gone so far. Right, this page is really big now, so you have to zoom out a bit, but I just was playing around with stuff. But yeah, I'll move your guys' tokens if you want to tell me where you're heading.
I feel like maybe we should start with tercero. I feel like going to the possible murderess first is perhaps not the way to
Hey.
go.
Potentially we gain further insight. Are we passing Tokki's family home on the way back
So you'll
in?
come in through this
Ooh.
road that goes past like number 8. Tokki's family lives sort of like down here, like off on the other side of town.
Which is also near Tercero, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Tercero's number 10 at the
P10,
stables.
yeah.
Nice.
That
So,
bastard.
good.
So yeah, where did you want to go?
Tercero's via Toki's family? Question mark.
I think we have to walk past Tercero to get to my family.
I'm just completely ignoring the bridges. That's what I was doing. I was like, let's just cross over the river. We'll be fine. We're already
muddy
wet.
enough.
The crow
might as well
flies.
go swimming.
We could also stop by Jacinta's and maybe try and get some information out of her about her aunt.
Yeah, I mean, we
See.
do... Oh, wait, no, she's up there.
Wasn't she in town because it's market day?
Oh, yes, she is. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we do that.
Mm-hmm.
She
Sounds like a
seemed
plan.
friendlier today.
Yeah, Harvey, you'll get your log well with Jacinta. You
Yeah.
could ask her about
Her possible
embroidery
murdering.
techniques that your new shirts that maybe she knows someone that has some tips and tricks.
I do actually plan to put some flowers in my new shirt. So
Cute.
let's go and lie to a florist.
Nice. Love it. Lying to a florist. Such a title potentially. Cool. So yeah, you head off to the market, and it is still very much raining. And you see, as you kind of come into the market square, like someone, probably Tashi, who owns the like magic store, has put up some sort of enchantment combined with just like good old-fashioned tents to try and keep as much of the bad weather off as possible. And the rain does lessen a tiny little bit when you get into the market square, and the air is a little bit cooler. But as soon as you walk in there, like, you draw stares. Like, two of you are looking not great, quite sort of like weak and lethargic, with sort of like ice burns along your faces, and all of you are soaking wet, covered in mud, which is like on random parts of your clothing is starting to dry a little bit, and smells a little bit, but no one can see Anna. That's not what people are looking at.
We're the ones that look terrible.
Yes.
Oh, I'm never going to get this out of my fur.
Yeah, as soon as we're somewhere a bit drier, Harvey will try his best to like wring out his curls.
Nice. What are you doing? So yeah, you walk back into the market square, kind of underneath these tents, and you see like, I mean, everyone there was there before. Jacinta is there with kind of selling some flowers. Like I said before, the priestesses are there. The veiled lady, the people of the veiled lady are there, who are kind of like the local sort of undertakers, morticians, keepers of the dead in this town. You have like the general goods stall, blah blah blah, like the apothecary, everyone. So what are you doing?
I think we want to talk to Jacinta, right?
Yeah.
Heading up.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, Jacinta is there's no one at her stall at the moment. And as she mentioned earlier today, but she is using the downtime to re-embroider some boots that she has bought.
Hey, girl. How's the market?
She looks up. She's like, "Oh, hello. Good to see the crazy people are back. Seeing you a
Oh
lot.
yeah, crazy people don't stay away for long.
No, crazy people covered in mud now, I see. The market is good. It's quiet because of the rain. But what can you do?
Oh, that's a shame. I hope the weather clears up for you soon.
Yes, I think it may rain for a few days. It's always kind of rainy here, but thunderstorms are a little bit more.
We were hoping you could help us in the meantime.
Of course, with what? With flowers? She kind of gestures at the bunches of flowers she's got on display.
Maybe flowers afterwards, but we wanted to ask you about your aunt who said made those nice boots for you.
Oh, yes, I did mention. What about her? Is she okay? Is everything all right?
I'm sure she's fine, but you said her name was Dolores?
Yes. Yes, my aunt Dolores.
Does she live in town?
Yes,
You said she does embroidery?
she does. She lives. She's my father's sister. Yeah, she lives, south of town. Why?
Wait, what's the name of the ghost again? Anna?
Yeah.
Did she have a friend named Anna growing up?
I honestly, I don't know. I mean, she's much older than me. I mean, my dad, there, well, there's a big age gap. And I mean, she was already like 35 or something years old by the time I was born.
That's fair, that's fair. Is she married?
My aunt? No. Why? Sorry, why are you asking so many questions about my aunt? What's going on?
Nana's not gonna ask that. We are trying. Yeah, no, Nana doesn't have any subtlety. Sorry. We are trying to get to the bottom of a little mystery, and we thought that your aunt might be involved, but it sounds like she's not the person we're looking for. So,
What mystery?
kind of hard to tell because we haven't figured it out yet ourselves.
Right. Was this to do
But-
with the ghost in the marsh you were asking about like 1 hour ago?
No.
No, this is a different mystery.
Roll a
We're
deception
crazy
check.
people, so we like to
I
get involved
need
in
those
multiple
boots.
mysteries.
I need a second pair of those boots. She's the only one that can make them. So,
She
like,
got 15.
15. Okay, so yeah, she's like, you are involved in a lot of crazy shit. Okay, right. So my aunt is not the person you are looking for. I see.
Apparently not.
Okay, who is? I mean, I suppose this is the mystery, right?
Yeah, I'll let you know when I know.
Excellent. Would you like any flowers?
What flowers does she have?
So, good question. Let me grab it quickly. She's got a bunch, lots of purple and pink ones, I think, and some yellow marigolds, and all in like different kind of like bouquets, like small and large ones.
Sure, I'll have a marigold.
Of course. Would you like just the one, or you know, a bunch of them.
Just the one works.
Okay. She'll kind of like snip one off of a bouquet that she's made and kind of take the stem out and put it in the box or basket, I suppose. And she says, "Well, this will be 5 copper pieces."
Xander takes or gives her the 5 copper pieces.
Cute.
And then she takes the marigold and she gives it to Javi.
Oh,
And goes, "This is
cute.
for you to give to whoever you would like."
Ah. Javi thought he was receiving a marigold, but he was the
It could also be for yourself. You could
Yeah,
give
well.
it to yourself. There's nothing wrong with a bit of self-love.
That's very nice of you, thank you. He's gonna try and tuck it into like a pocket to wear it on his breast.
Aww.
Adorable.
Shall we go and find, I've already forgotten her name, Dolores?
We're not gonna go and find Dolores because she's not the person we're looking for. But
Of course.
I mean, she might be.
That's a part of the mystery.
What if Tercero, Dolores wanted Tercero, let's say, theoretically, she was jealous, she wants Tercero. Theoretically, she kills Anna, she goes after Tercero, but turns out Tercero was madly in love with Anna, never accepted another, and Dolores is disappointed and lives her life alone.
that is a potential working theory, yeah.
Let's go prove some theories. And Wraith will flip her dagger and then start walking south to the state. Oh, is it
We're
south?
off.
Where
Yeah,
are the stables?
Dolores lives in the town, but if you're walking to the stables, yeah, that's south as
Yeah.
well. So is that the next stop then? Is that where you're heading?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's a
Cool.
It's
Tercero,
where
not
Wraith's going.
Dolores. Okay.
Yeah. Wraith's off. She's power walking.
I've got to go to, so I guess we're going.
Amazing. Okay, cool. So, yes, you walk out of town just a little bit along the path heading south until you get to the stables, which is sort of, there's a few horses here. They have some kind of like smallish carts for hire as well. But at the moment, like all the horses are currently getting wet in the rain. And where Tercero had sort of been sitting on sort of like the porch of the stables before, there's no one around at the moment. Just a lot of rain and wet.
Is there like a house here as well, or is it just?
Yes, no, yeah, there is.
Okay.
There's kind of like I think 4 buildings. It's like, if you super zoom in on the map, the long skinny one near the road is like the actual stables for the horses, and then there's like some fields. Some of them are growing crops, but then the 2 larger houses are like actually like houses where someone's living, and then the third seems to be some sort of like little outhouse.
Maybe we should come up with the plan of attack so that we're all on the same page. We don't just go in, ask an old man if he killed someone 50 years ago and see how it goes.
I mean, that would be a quick, that would get to the point.
Mm-hmm.
It would get us what we need
But
to know.
It will be awkward if he hasn't killed anyone 50 years ago.
True.
Hmm.
We need a subtler approach.
Why don't I pretend that I want to ask him about the history of the town, because I'm researching it,
Mm.
and I'll ask him about 50 years ago.
Perfect.
I'll figure it out. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
It's amazing. Cool. What you
What
doing?
could possibly go wrong?
I guess I'm gonna walk up. Does it look like one is inhabited? Does it look like both
Yeah,
houses are
yeah.
inhabited?
It looks like both of them are, but there definitely is like a bigger house.
Yeah, I'll just go to the bigger one and knock on the door.
Cool. You knock on the door, and after not too long, it looks like someone was sort of waiting by the door. Kind of a young guy, like 17, opens the door and says, "Hi, how can I help you? Come in. It's raining. Come out of the rain." And like welcomes
Oh.
you into the house. It says, "Were you looking for a horse?"
No, I was looking for a man named Tercero.
Oh, well, my grandfather's upstairs. I can go and get him if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Okay. And he kind of like looks at you, and then it's sort of
I
like
just grin.
you see a sort of like, I don't know, flick across his face of like, I've invited random fucking strangers in. And then it's like, just okay, stay there. And he's gonna sort of quickly run up the stairs. And you hear him shouting like abuelo, abuelo. And you hear sort of like grumbly noises, and he comes running back downstairs. He's like, he's coming. I mean, you are in now. Would you like a drink or something? And kind of looks at you and is like watching you drip mud and everything all over the floor.
You guys want a drink? I take something hot.
Tea? I can
Warming.
have tea.
Yeah, I'll take some tea.
They have a fire going anywhere.
They do. You can see like off to one side there is like decent sized living room with a bunch of comfy chairs. And
Oh, if
a
it's in a
blazing
separate room,
fire.
Harvey's not gonna.
It's like the
If it
door's
was in
not
the
closed.
same
It
room,
very
I'd
much
be
is
there.
like you're standing in sort of like his hallway at the moment, and like straight upstairs there's the stairs going straight up, and then like to the right is the kitchen, and then to the left is the living room.
Wraith's
No worries.
brain was in the exact same place as Harvey.
It's
He
too
was
far
about to
away
do that.
for me to
I
go.
was gonna lean next to the fireplace, but it is too far away.
I'm just gonna stand here and drip in his hallway. Don't even worry about it. Can I actually, while he's gone to get tea, can Harvey check in his bag to make sure his new shirt is
there's
okay?
Tokki. There's
I'm
Tokki. You went in
Aw.
twice.
Yes, I'm just.
Roll a
It's half
d20
eaten.
for me. You want higher than a 13.
If my shiny new shirt is dirty, I can handle. Torn, I cannot. It's a 2.
Oh,
It's not
no.
torn. It's not torn,
Okay,
but it
it's
is
not
like
torn.
sodden. And
It's
like
fine.
bits
Marsh
of mud
water.
seem to have got in there. Yeah, like it's upsetting to see.
He's like gonna clutch it to his chest.
It'll
Yeah.
wash out.
Can I check my bag now?
You figure that because you guys don't have like magical bags, you're like everything is probably sopping wet. inside
I just
your
look at
rucksacks
Harvey's
and
bag
everything.
and I just. And then
Like,
I'll go back to my
especially I
camp.
think you two who were like dragged by the crocodiles. Everyone else, it's like it's not awful. Like there's a certain like waterproofness to your bags as being like adventurous packs, but you guys being like tugged underwater by crocodiles, it's not great.
How's
Nothing's
my
damaged,
bouquet of
but-
flowers doing?
Oh yeah. Well, so is that? So you weren't? Did you get got by the crocodiles or not? Or did you just get?
No.
got
I
by-
didn't.
by
I got
the
by wrath.
Yeah, by a leg. You dragged me
yeah.
there by a leg.
Your flowers.
well, I gripped something else.
Well.
I meant the
ooh.
body. Jesus Christ! Come on. For once, I wasn't going.
Your flowers are pretty. Like they're not. The bouquet's not ruined, but like I'm gonna say the 2 from Eleanor unfortunately is like the state
Oh,
of
fix
everyone's
it for all of
thing.
us. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
So they're pretty droopy.
But they've had so much water. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not like
Pack
falling
it back
apart.
up.
They're not falling
Okay.
apart. It's just sort of they've been bushed around a little bit.
I can salvage this. I can salvage this.
Yeah. Totally. Cool. Are you guys doing anything else while he's getting the tea? You see there is as well, like, there is actually a fire in the kitchen as well, to be fair, probably, and you can hear him sort of boiling the water and everything. And you can hear someone moving around upstairs.
Wraith will lean in the doorway to the living room, hoping that room is slightly warmer,
It is.
and physically try not to shudder with
Yes.
how cold and wet and
Bless you.
necrotically damaged she is.
Amazing.
I'll just use
yeah.
my produce flame cantrip and
Oh.
like hold a ball of flame in my hand and hold it next to Wraith and be like,
Fair.
"You can also do this."
This is true,
That's
actually.
hilarious. Amazing. Nah. Cool. So eventually, after a couple of minutes, the young guy comes back in with sort of a tray of tea, and kind of starts handing them out. Just kind of a few mugs of tea to everybody. He'll come around with some milk as well. I'd be like, "Is sugar for anybody?" And milk.
He's definitely taken sugar.
Nice. He'll start sort of like putting sugar cubes in. He's like, I mean, say when, I guess.
Keep going.
Okay. You
That's
like it
good.
sweet.
That's
Cool. And then he is gonna like awkwardly sort of stand in the corner, in silence, sort of holding this empty tray, just like looking at the tray.
Sorry, I don't think I got your name.
Me, I'm Martín.
Nice to meet you. And you live here with your grandfather?
Yes, and with my parents as well. We run these stables. This is why I thought you were here.
No, just after your grandfather. Is he coming?
He is old. Like, and he was resting, so he is just getting up. But he is. I mean, you know him? Yeah. Yes.
My family do. They suggested I talk to him. The carrot dogs down the road.
Oh yes, with all the children. Yes, and
Yeah.
the new baby. Yes. Okay. Yes. Right. Why did they suggest to come and see here? I'm sorry. Maybe this is not my business.
No, it's fine. I am doing research for a book on pensueno Caldetta, and they suggested that tercero has lived here a long time. He might be able to talk to me about it.
Oh, fair enough. Yes. Well, he's lived here for his whole life. Roll a deception check as well.
Not technically untrue.
It's like a white lie, like a half truth.
An 18.
Fair. Yeah. He's like, well, my grandfather has lived here. Yeah, it's many years, so maybe he can know something.
That's what I'm hoping.
Excellent.
How long has he lived here?
Oh, I mean his whole life, so like 80 something years. I don't know.
You don't know how old your own grandfather is?
I don't. Like 70 something
9 or
years or
something.
something. 70 something years maybe.
No. 69-ish.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And have you always owned the stables?
Yes, I think actually my grandfather's parents bought it. But we have as long as I have been here. With
And your
oh
your grandmother, is she here?
no, she passed away unfortunately
Oh, I'm sorry.
a few years ago.
And what did she do?
She also helped with the horses, family business, you know, married into it.
When was that?
Sorry, when was
When did they get married?
I being?
I'm writing all of this down in my notebook.
I love it.
Fucking love it.
He's like, well, I mean, I think they were married for a long time. I don't know, 45, 50 years ago, maybe?
Okay. They must have had a long, happy life together.
I suppose so. My grandfather is difficult.
Oh, how so?
He is old, grumpy.
So he wasn't always difficult.
I have only known him for, 17 years, but the whole time I have properly known him, he is, well, not very sociable.
And were they childhood sweethearts?
No,
They know each other from.
no, my grandmother was from another town in Caldetta. They met I don't know. I think my grandfather was on holiday or something. I don't know. He was not here and met her, and then they came back together. Is this really in your research?
Oh, I just like to know about how people lived. It helps me build a better picture.
Oh, I mean, what is it you are working on?
Uh,
Exactly.
Well, partly Santa Perdita because she was here, but the lasting legacy of the saints, how people in the town live now,
Okay.
town events.
Okay. Okay. Well, yes. Okay, go for it. Sure. Hmm.
So these ghosts.
Yes, they are crazy things.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
Have you
this
ever?
weather too, crazy weather.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever spoken to any?
No, I stay away from them. They are kind of creepy. Glad I work on this side of the town rather than I don't know. There's loads on the other side of town. I think because of the graveyard, this would make sense. But yeah, I don't know. They seem kind of creepy and a bit gross, really. And you can all see Anna is standing like directly behind him, and she is just like
Not she
scowling.
was here.
Yeah, so she's here. She's just like scowling at him, and she's like talking to you all over him. So he's kind of going on about how ghosts are weird and he doesn't like the cemetery. And then she's like, I think this guy is rude and he looks nothing like Tercero. And I do not like him one bit.
I like make eye contact with her and I give her a subtle nod that's like, I'm with you, girl.
I love it. Martin kind of is like, yes, you agree. It is creepy up there. Have you been?
Not as such.
Well, I mean, I would ask if you want to sit down, but you are covered in mud. So we will stand here and I will mop later.
Yeah, we can stand.
Because of that comment, I shake myself out like a dog
Oh
to
my
make more
God.
mess.
He is like wide-eyed looking at you, like
I just stare him down. I'm like, fuck
he's
you,
like,
bro.
why are you
In the
doing
eyes.
this, man? Like what? And he kind of goes to say something, and then you hear like creaking of stairs, and you turn, and kind of an old man comes walking down the stairs. He's got like a cane, and he looks quite kind of frail, I suppose, just with age, but quite like a broad body, really. But like the muscle seems to have wasted away. And he's kind of coming slowly down the stairs, mumbling and muttering and grumbling under his breath. And Martin kind of rushes up the stairs and helps his grandfather down, and says, as this old man comes in, he's like, oh, my old man voice. He's like, which one of you disturbed my sleep? I don't know how old meant it.
I'm sorry, I must admit that's me. I didn't realise it was a bad time.
Well, look around. It's the middle of the day. It's raining.
Time to visit people.
It's like in the middle of the day.
Who are you?
My name's Tokki. I'm a relative of the Caradogs.
Mm-hmm. The loud children.
The loud children, yeah, they have a real soft spot for you.
They poke the horses.
They poke the horses?
Yes.
I'm sure they're just stroking them.
They disturb them. The horses, they do not like it. You tell them they do not like it. He like points the cane at you and kind of advances like the cane to your chest. He's like, you tell them they do not like it.
I will tell them if you would do me the honor of telling me some history of the town.
What?
I'm writing a book about the town, and they thought that you
Why?
might be able to tell me some history because people are
Are they with
interested.
the horses now? And he kind of tries to push you. He tries to
They're
like look
not
out
here.
the window.
Oh my god.
You are muddy,
Tokki.
all of you. What? What?
You are talking.
Tokki.
I'm not bloody
You are talking.
Why don't you have some tea?
Do not tell me what to do in my own house. But his like grandson is passing him a cup of tea. He takes it.
Can I like look at Anna and see how she is reacting to all of this?
She is like mouth open, stunned.
Yeah, that's very fair.
I think she dodged a bullet. Anyway, would you mind answering some questions for me? I'm very sorry to have disturbed you.
What are the questions?
Just, how long you've lived in town.
My whole life.
Tokki's so scared. He's like hitting someone. He's like, maybe one of my research assistants would like to take over.
Nana's been like holding her tongue, like biting her tongue this whole time. 'Cause she's like, maybe directness is not always the best approach, but at this point she like can't hold it in anymore, and she's like, did you have any girlfriends in that whole time you were living here?
What? Who are you? Where? What?
I'm his research assistant.
These are my 4 research assistants.
Roll to get a deception check.
Wraith gives this scathing glare to talk.
It's an 11.
Not 20.
Nice. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. He's like, oh. But what did you say? You.
Did you have any girlfriends growing up in this town that you lived in all your life?
What is this book about? Nonsense.
Lives of people? Everything? Your girlfriends?
Roll a persuasion check.
14.
He's like, I mean, I was a young man, and I, before I met my wife, Eleanor, God's rest her, no, saints rest her soul. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even fucking think
Don't
about
drag
it.
me into this,
Sorry,
Lauren.
mate.
Get away from the grumbler!
I called you to him. It's alright.
It was Eleanor all along.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Before I met my my late wife, I mean I saw other people, other girls around town.
Oh, were you a bit of a lover boy?
Excuse me?
You said girls multiple, so
I
I'm
am
just trying to get the background.
old.
Oh, I'm sure you were, a bit of a romantic back in the day, right,
Martín
Sarah?
is like fucking. He wants to kill everyone in this room. And himself. Like,
When he says old, Wraith just must obviously under her breath.
you see, Anna is like really close up into Sarah's face, and it's like examining him like he's some sort of mannequin at a
God.
museum. And you can see like anyone at a museum, it's like don't touch the exhibits. But she's like raising her hand, like she's about to touch him, but you don't know what will happen. But she is like muttering to herself. She's like, "This is not the disco. This is crazy." And she's gonna like try and push him.
Push him.
Sort of like I don't know, just to sort of like, what is this? And you see like as she touches his shoulder, she like darts back almost, because you see her hand kind of goes through him. And then he doesn't seem to have much of a reaction. He like goes like this. He's like, oh, my shoulder hurts. But he doesn't think anything like odd is happening. And Anna's like looking at her hand. But what did he say? Tercero kind of carries on. And he's like, yes, I had some girlfriends before I met my wife, Eleanor.
Oh, okay, I see. So it wasn't like serious or anything. You just had some
Well,
fun.
I mean, sure.
Did you ever think about leaving Pensueno?
No, my family's business was here, and I stayed. And as
You always wanted to
Martín
take
will,
over the family business?
yes, of course. My parents purchased these stables and, well, the land and turned it into stables, and this is what we have done.
Lies.
So nothing could ever tempt you to leave?
No, this is what my family expected and needed. I would have been abandoning my family had I left.
Donna just
Surely-
does it again and just coughs into her hand like liar.
Roll a sleight of
Surely-
hand check.
18.
Yeah, it kind of is just sort of coughing into your hand. No one seems to notice.
Surely something must have tempted you away. All young men have a temptation to wander.
I mean, I have left the town before.
You never wanted to... No, this guy. Start afresh, go somewhere new.
Are you?
Let's-
No.
Not even for a wanderlusting kind of love.
I mean, I met my wife, not here.
Where did you meet her?
In Ithil. I can't remember what the name of the fucking city
Fine,
is
don't
called. City on
How
the
old
east,
were you when you
west
met
her? 20, yes.
Do we know how old he was?
19.
He was 19.
19, yeah.
Is she the only one you ever proposed to?
Good question.
If you had several girlfriends, there must have been some spark.
Yes, of course.
Of course, there was a spark.
To what
Of course,
part is the
I
question?
have only proposed and married Eleanor.
That wasn't the
Insight check.
question.
Go for it.
What is Anna doing right now?
Anna's like,
She's like, bitch, what?
he was going to live with me. He proposed to me.
Where the fuck is D20? Ah! D12. Hey. That's my bonus again. Insight. Oh, no, good. 5.
Anna's like right behind him, being like, he was going to leave with me, and you're like, maybe he didn't propose to Anna, so like technically he's not lying or something. Because you're like, this old man just seems angry.
So it was
Right.
never serious? Was there anyone else?
No, just
Right?
quick things.
Wraith's gonna turn to Tokki
Mhm.
and be like, Sir, I don't think this is leading anywhere. This research seems to be a dead end. Maybe we'll find more if we investigate the Pecha family.
Oh.
I think
Oh.
I think you may be right. Maybe we should leave these people in peace.
Can I be watching Tercero out the corner
Yeah,
of my eye?
roll
as I do that?
a insight check. At advantage because you've like set the situation up.
Ooh, nice. Okay, +3. That is a 19.
Yeah, when you kind of mention this, like you turn away from him and he's like offended. And then you mention
Neither is Wraith. Wraith's just gonna get over it.
It's kind of iconic.
He's gonna be up at night thinking about that moment.
The
It
things
hurt.
I
Something
did.
hurt and decided to.
Something died that day.
He's like standing so much taller.
He's like, I am a sir, actually. I am
Meanwhile, a
light
part
the
of Wraith died.
But yeah, you see like offense, and then you mention the Petra family, and you see like confusion, like proper frown of confusion, like not even trying to hide it across his face, and then like it's sort of as if putting a few of your questions together, like a memory, and then hurt, and then just frowning in confusion again.
Well, that doesn't seem like the reaction of a killer.
No. Where do these Pecha family live? I'll say to Wraith.
I don't know. I think they were by the water. There was, I believe it was mentioned that one of the children, one of the girls, had a friend in Dolores. Maybe she might know more.
He like bangs his cane on the floor. He's like, "What are you talking about? This is what do you
This
know?
is what?
This is stupid. What? The Petra family have not lived here for 50 years. I do not know who you are, but you are terrible researchers. And you are getting mud all over my floor.
The
My-
Petra family are gone.
Yes,
We were told they were in town.
I do not know who told you this. Some
Why would they
liar.
leave?
Some person who is stupid, maybe. Please leave. And he like
Why would
turns
they
around and
leave?
starts to go back up the stairs. And you can see Anna is just like, sort of before she was like reacting to Sarah, now she's like frowning and confused.
Excuse me. I believe we asked you a question.
He is gonna like stand on the stairs and like turn around to face you and be
Wraith
like,
is like standing up straight. She is regal as fuck. She don't give a shit anymore.
yeah. He's gonna be like, young lady, I believe I asked you to leave my house. Respect
And
your
I-
elders.
Respect your elders. The fuck is that supposed to be?
Martín, get rid of them.
Oh, bitch, I'll get rid of you.
Back
You
her
come to
up.
my house, you ask strange questions, you ask about people who do not live here, you bring up things and you get the place muddy. No. Go away. No. And he like starts to slowly climb back up the stairs again.
I look at Anna and
Mm.
say, maybe you might want to reveal yourself?
Oh.
It's your choice.
Anna's like, do you think it would kill him?
It might. Do you want it to?
I don't know. He is a bastard.
He kind of
like,
deserves it.
a little bit.
Wraith's gonna call up the stairs after him.
I mean, Tokki's got healing magic, so what can be wrong?
I've got one spell slot. I'm not sure I'm saving it for this man.
Wraith will move to the bottom of the stairs so she can see Tercero climbing the flight. And, like, softly quiet, she'll just say, Anna Petra sends her regards.
What? He's gonna like stop still. And he's gonna be like, where have you heard this name? And at the same time, like I feel like at the same time, Tokki to Anna is like, "Do you want to review yourself?" She's like, "I'm gonna kill him." And then you say this, and she like looks over at you, and she like looks at you, Tokki, and kind of gives you like a wink, and then vanishes. And then you all turn around, and like the temperature in the room drops dramatically. The lights are tinged blue, the candle lights. Martin looks like he's gonna shit himself. Worst day of his life. And then at the top of the stairs, like icy, misty, like fog begins to like pour down the stairs. And at like the top landing, this like figure of Anna appears with a hand outstretched, and it's just like, Tercero.
Oh god.
Shitting hell. Man's gonna die.
And Tercero like looks like you can't see his face, but then Anna disappears, lights go normal, everything stops and is normal again. And he like wobbles on the stairs. And is like properly loses his balance. And begins to stumble, tries to catch himself. But like misses a step. And starts to kind of stumble and fall backwards down the stairs.
Can I try and
He's on
catch
a
him?
dive.
I'm
gonna
Yeah.
below
say,
him.
like,
I'll
Everyone
roll,
We
roll like
all dive
everyone roll like a deck save.
to not headbutt each other.
Actually, scratch that. Wraith is not going to try and catch him. She
Oh,
needs
yeah.
to sidestep to the banister.
I was about to say, I step away and start rooting for him to fall down.
That's so funny.
I mean, 22 for a dodge.
Awesome. Yeah, between Xana, Javi, and Tokki, like that's fine. You manage to catch him, and it's sort of like you have time to sort of walk up a few stairs. Like it's kind of happening slowly. He's sort of like tottering around, and you like put hands on his back and like on his shoulders and steady him. And he is like shaking, and kind of like lets you sort of take him back down the stairs.
I give him some really sugary tea.
Nice.
With the shock.
like hands shaking, like takes a sip.
Sana goes, "So, I believe our friend was just saying that we asked you a question."
The Pecha family left town 50 years ago after their daughter Anna died.
How did she die?
An accident, I think, on the marsh at night.
What was she doing out there?
I don't know.
I think you do know, Tercero.
He like looks up at you and is like taking a sip of tea and like not making eye contact.
So we have already spoken to Anna, so it's all going to be a lot easier and a lot less scary if you just tell us what we need to know.
He like nods, and then he's like, "Martin, get more tea." But Martin's like, "Well, I kind of want to stay," and he like makes him leave the room. And like Tercero takes, there's a seat, yes, like it's a kind of chair in the landing, and he sits down on it, and says, "Anna and I were seeing each other, and the night she died, she was out there because of me. She was waiting for me. But I
Did you
not
go to
know-
meet her?
No, I did not.
Why not?
I was
You
never
let her
going
wait.
to meet her.
So why ask her to? Why tell her that you had arranged everything?
I wanted to be rid of her. She was getting too clingy, and I did not want to really hurt her feelings, so I thought, say yes, I will marry you, go out to the marsh, run away with me, and I hoped she would just leave town and not come back.
You thought that you thought that you thought that offering to marry someone and run away with them and then abandoning them in the night would hurt their feelings less than telling them you wanted to break up.
You left her to wait.
How long
He,
do you
like,
think she
shrugs.
waited?
I do not know. Is she waiting still?
Yes.
I did not realize she liked me so much.
The thing is, you leave her waiting out in the marsh, she's likely to come back. You hit her over the head with a rock, you bury her body somewhere, she's not coming back.
No, 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 just no. I did not do this. It
How
was an
are we
accident.
supposed to
Insight
believe?
check.
Yeah, roll inside check. What are you saying, Michelle?
Particularly on the accident bit.
Okay.
How do you know it was an accident if you weren't there?
Well, I mean, what else could it have been? I mean, you know, no one knew we were out there. I believe she wrote a note for her parents, left it. They would find it the next morning and she would be gone. Well, no one knew she was out there. It must have been, I don't know. He like gestures to the weather outside. He's like, a storm or something. Must have, I don't remember. People die in the marsh. Didn't a man just die a few days ago? I don't know if you heard. Someone drowned. But it happens. It was tragic. But nothing to do with it.
Convenient for
I'm
you.
sure it was very convenient, yeah.
Nothing to do with you. She was literally there because you told her to go there.
She did well.
Did they find her body? Did her family know?
Yes, they found her the next morning. A merchant found her. It's not too far off the road where she was found.
Did they know that you're the one who sent her there?
No. The note, they never found it.
Well, you're a bit of a coward, aren't you?
Very lucky coward.
You just like look at it. Like scrumpy.
I don't think we're going to get anything more here.
What are you going to do? I had nothing to do with this.
I think you had everything to do with this.
There's not much we can do, I don't think. You are already a miserable, sad, old excuse for a man, so I say we just leave you.
Savage. He's just like looking at the floor.
I agree, that's his punishment enough.
And you're gonna let my cousin stroke your horses.
Amazing.
And then I'm gonna like turn to leave, and as I leave, I'm gonna try and stamp as much mud on the floor as I can.
Oh my god. Fantastic. Is April still there, by the way? Are you still there, mate? Sending your videos.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry,
Okay, cool,
I'll
cool,
just
cool,
turn my
cool.
lights on.
Nice.
Are we all leaving? Do we want to talk to him anymore? I mean, Tokki's out of there, but
Yeah.
you guys?
I think Harvey's like, I've said my last word. It's not gonna get better and more satisfying than that. But he is also gonna like jump up and down to like break the mud off his boots on this guy's floor. Fuck this guy. I do feel bad though because it's definitely gonna be Martín that has to go.
Yeah, this is the whole point.
Yeah, like you're kind of as you all leave, you're like you glance back and you see Martín kind of come back into the room with a mop and a brush, and just sort of shake his head at the situation. You gather he was like he doesn't have a mug of tea for his grandfather. He was probably just eavesdropping.
As we leave, I look at Anna and I say, "Are you okay?" That can't have been easy to hear.
Yeah, she is she's like, I mean, I'm not sure how I feel. This is strange. You never really hear what people think about you, you know? And I think I just did. And it wasn't nice. But he wasn't nice. So I don't know if I care.
I think you handled that really well.
I think you did, and I wish that you had lived, Anna, but I think that if you had lived and gone back to town, been with Tercero, I don't think that would have been a life for you.
I don't think so either. I think I would have liked to have traveled, probably. Or, yeah, maybe I should have done what he thought I did and just left and seen the world.
Do you think you still could? I mean, I don't think any of us are planning on staying here forever, and we could take your ring with us.
You could be one of the gang.
So
You could
cute.
travel with us.
You can come with us.
She's like,
But
well,
it's up to you.
I don't know. I feel it feels strange to be here. I remember what it was like to be alive. It was yesterday, but this does feel different and uncomfortable. But I think I would like to see some of the world if it is possible, maybe. But I do not know much about how spirits work, or should I be here in the first place? We did not have ghosts wandering around when I was growing up.
Wraith turns to wrath.
It all turns to wrath.
Wrath turns to the
DM!
DM.
Please!
Saints, can you hear me?
What's the question?
Whatever powers that exist.
It looks great on my screen because April's right below Lauren as
Yeah,
well.
same.
God! Could a spirit hypothetically come around with us? Like, is this the spirit's only here because of, like, unfinished business situation? Or...
Wandering spirits maybe not being a good thing.
Yeah, so, okay, so, like, roll a religion check for your little spirit check and all that. But she is here because of unfinished business, like, you're able to tell that. And you gather in this situation the unfinished business is, like, how did I die? And traditionally, yeah, once a spirit's unfinished business is done, they're able to move on. And it's like, be at peace, because she's essentially in, like, some awful purgatory at the moment. Like, she does not belong here.
Yeah.
And I think you know that it would become uncomfortable. But yeah, what did you get on the check?
So what should we roll? What was it?
Religion, please.
Okay, I rolled a 19, so 26.
So yeah, wow. So it's definitely possible. And there are spirits that like have resisted moving on. Nothing awful has happened. It is sort of technically like Perdita wouldn't like it. Like it is like an imbalance. Like it's not what's meant to happen. You're like, one spirit probably wouldn't make much difference. If 10 spirits, 100 spirits, everyone that died suddenly decided not to pass on because they knew they could choose not to, that would be a fucking nightmare. And the world would start falling apart at the seams. But, you know, she's haunting the ring. Like, if you were to march out of town right now, without solving the unfinished business of, like, who killed her, she probably would deteriorate into sort of, like, a vengeful spirit like you met at the crabs place. But
Yeah.
if you solve that question of who killed her, maybe her unfinished business would be to maybe try and live the life that was taken from her, and you would have to keep a check on her. Yeah, with a 26, you would know you would have to make sure she never crossed that line to being like losing her sense of humanity, essentially.
Okay. Yeah.
She's been dead for like 50 years, so it's already been a while, but you gather the situation here in Pensueno with the ghosts and stuff is very unique.
Yeah.
So there's not been any sort of like deterioration so far. It's kind of like the clock has started now.
Yeah. Right, so hypothetically, we'd have to solve who murdered Anna. Otherwise, her spirit would deteriorate. Okay, so to the rest of the party, I'm like, we need to solve who killed her. And maybe on the other side of that, there's an opportunity for her to travel with us. But there's no guarantee, because we're kind of subverting the rules of life and death. But it's fine! It's light work, it's okay. Just
Sounds like
don't
what
go
crazy
around
people
telling
do.
other spirits they should do this. I mean, it's fine. It's okay.
I mean, that's who we are, right? According to Jacinta.
Oh, indeed.
So, what's one more crazy
True.
thing?
Indeed. But if we leave it like this, it will not end well.
Okay.
So we
Let's
need
solve
to
this mystery,
get to
then.
the bottom of this conundrum.
Well, we have another clue
in place.
in
Sorry.
that the note went missing.
And I don't think Tercero was the only person to know.
No, her
Ghost
friend knew.
aren't, right, Anna?
Um,
Dolores knew.
yes, I did tell her.
What did Dolores say to you about Tercero, by the way?
Well, I mean, now I know you better, and I know him better. She really did not like him. We argued. She told me that, well, I told her that we were going to run away together, and then we argued, and I did not, to be fair to Dolores, tell her exactly where I was going or when, but I told her we were going to elope, and then we argued because she said he was not a good person and not faithful, and I said she was jealous because I had found love and a way out, but it turns out she was telling the truth. I feel bad. My
Did
last words to her were
she...
nice.
Don't feel bad, you were lied to. Did she say who he was unfaithful with?
No, I wouldn't hear her. I remember I showed her the ring and she laughed at me.
And you didn't tell anyone else that you were going that night?
No, he was right. I had written a letter to my parents. I had left it in my room, telling them what I had done and that it would be too late by the time they woke up.
Okay. Well, I think we should go talk to Dolores. Would you like to talk to her?
I think I
We
might
can do it if you
watch.
don't.
Yeah, I think I might watch, but can I ask something? They said they found my body. What do you think they did with it?
I was
With
gonna
me?
ask him and then I didn't. What do
You want to go back in there?
We can ask Dolores.
Oh,
She's
fucking
probably
Another thing.
Do I know what the typical conventions are in
Yes.
Pensueno?
Yes,
Steph.
we do. So, Wraith watches everything.
I remember it being talked about.
Wraith watches everything. And the conventions in Pensueno are... Sorry, I'm on the right page. They tend to, if they followed what's her face, Saint Perdita, they tend to give their bodies back to nature, or like the ground, from my understanding. So they get wrapped in cloth and buried in the ground. So if she was from here, it was likely that her family followed Saint Perdita.
Santa Perdita, yeah.
Santa Perdita, thank you. And I imagine she was buried in a similar fashion.
Yes, so you're like 70% right. So it's not something that's like super associated with just pensueno, like it's Caldetta as a whole. That's just the country's burying conventions. And it's kind of because, yeah, Santa Perdita, but it's also like they're a very, you know, natural country, and like giving back to the earth after you die is very in their vibe. But yeah, they're wrapped in a cloth, whereas in like Basma, I think they're buried in a coffin. But yeah, here they're wrapped in a cloth but buried.
Do they have? Because there's a graveyard here, isn't there? Is that just for people from afar, or is that
No,
like
that's like the local
the
graveyard.
local one? Okay,
Yeah.
so do they have like gravestones or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would kind of see it pretty much every time you actually watch your inn. On the map, it's number 6.
Okay.
And you would have seen it actually when Wraith, Zana, and Tokki went to like the assembly hall to kind of. I think you went there actually to get stuff sorted in your sessions,
Yeah.
So yeah, it is like headstones.
Where is Dolores' house again?
Just south, you've heard.
We didn't get much information from Jacinta before we gave up.
That might be my fault.
No,
I'm
you were
realizing
great.
that sometimes the direct approach is not the best one.
Most
Well,
times.
But
Times.
I'm
Sana.
practicing my lying, Tokki. I'm getting better at it.
I don't lie. What are you talking about?
Whatever you say.
Wraith scoffs.
Liar.
Yeah, I'm like, roll a deception check.
But hey, it got us what we wanted. Do we want to maybe check out the gravestones first or go to Dolores?
Hannah, do you want to go see if we can find you in the graveyard, or?
If we could.
Well, we don't know where Dolores lives, so.
Do you know where
Right.
Dolores lives, Anna?
I know where she used to live, but I don't think this is probably where they live now.
Wasn't south of town.
No.
Most people.
She lived with her brother in like the middle of town above a building.
Okay, well, one thing at a time. We can go to the graveyard and then we can go from there.
Okay. Cool. So you guys move in to number 6.
As we're walking, Sana's gonna be like to Anna. Hey girl, I know that all of this is probably a lot to be processing, but can I just say that was a hell of a performance you put on in there.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially with your new ghost powers.
this is what I had thought. I did not know I could do that, and then I got angry with him, and then he pushed him down the stairs, didn't I?
You did, but I think he deserved it.
Oh, it was a good thing. I'm happy with myself.
Felt good.
I mean, I don't know. If I want him to die, would he be here as well? I'm happy for him to stay on your
Can't
side.
imagine. That's fair.
But maybe I could. I thought I could haunt him, but this seems boring, actually. I don't want to do that. Just a grumpy old man. What a waste.
It was a waste, but I'm excited to see what else you can do with your new powers.
Yeah, I wonder. And she kind of like looks at her house.
As they're talking, I want to walk up to Wraith. Seen a very different side to you today. You play with children, you're sweet to heartbroken young girls.
I win games and I get his answers. Not that different from my usual stance.
Well, I like it.
I wasn't asking you, but I'm glad you're pleased.
Gonna crack you one day, Wraith.
Several have
Can
tried.
Xana, like-
No one's won yet.
Can Xana call over, call over her shoulder? That's Sir to you, Wraith.
That is sir to you.
Wrath, hold me back.
It's okay. Deep breaths. It's okay.
Like short fuse, somebody. Yeah, Raid's gonna just flip her hair and power walk away ahead of them to the graveyard.
You look
Most
great.
regal power
Try.
walking ever
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah.
Covered
He
in
just
mud.
like speeds up and keeps pace with her, but doesn't say anything else.
Oh my god, I love it.
I trip him.
I'm just imagining a lot of clanking from Tokki.
Yeah, and armor.
No, I'm so
yeah,
graceful.
yeah, you could try and trip him. Just I think just roll to attack.
Do I add anything?
Call it like an unarmed strike. So I don't know.
Okay, +2. That was 17, 19.
Is that hit?
Oh, my armor class. I was like, I would do a dex save or something. Yeah, it does hit my armor class.
Yeah. So how do you try and trip him?
Literally, as we're striding and Toki's like speeding up
Yeah.
next to Raid, I just want to like stick a foot, like take a step to the side almost, and just let him fall as I keep walking.
Nice. So yeah. So Ray like sticks a foot out, and you do stumble over it. But yeah, roll a dex save to see if you do properly trip.
That is a 21.
You're fine. You do stumble, but you don't deck it, and you stay
Careful
upright.
there, Toki. Wouldn't want to jump to any assumptions.
Wouldn't
keep
want to fall over and have to pull anyone down into the mud with me.
Oh, darling. As if I could fall for you. And I keep going.
Your brother did.
And therein lies the example of why not.
What's happening at the back of the
Damn.
game?
We have left Wrath and Javi alone.
Yeah.
Rather than we are alone together yet again.
Yeah, to any passers-by, Xana's just having a very lovely chat with Midair.
I was gonna go and catch up with my sister. I hear my name mentioned, and I just hightail it back. I'm like, I ain't a part of this. Fuck this guy.
Harvey?
Oh, they're nervous.
Yeah.
I'm eating right now. My bad.
I know, I meant the characters, not you guys.
Harvey is probably busying himself. One hair fluffing up his little marigold that's here, and one hair. He's suddenly very conscious that he looks drowned. He's so wet. His hair is flat, and he's like, "This is not good. I'm in front of this cute boy, and I look awful." So he's just.
I get the rod out.
Everything.
Nice. Yep, you got the umbrella rod out.
Cute. So Harvey can properly fix his hair now.
If you want, I've got a ball of flame in my hand. If you want to dry up.
Oh, yeah, if it's not too much trouble.
Nice cantrip. I do it in both hands, so I'm just like, I don't know what to do with myself.
He's like leaning down, like like dry his little curls against the flame.
You're leaning up, bro. I'm taller than you.
I'm leaning out. I'm so small. Yeah, I'm a foot taller. We'll get that.
Where's Anna right now?
She's chatting to
Talking
Xana.
to Xana.
What's
So, am I allowed to ask why you know so much about ghosts, or Is it all still under wraps? You and your sister don't talk about anything. You're not
Oh,
allowed to
come
know.
on. It's more like we like to create a aura of mystery around this. You know, you can't tell everyone everything at the start.
You haven't
People
told
gotta learn
anyone
the secrets.
anything at any point.
You're not wrong there. Well, you know, I have a particular affinity for spirits, I guess you could say. They talk to me. It's not always positive. But yes.
Talk to you like you choose to talk to them, or like they find you and talk to you
Oh,
whether
both.
you want it or not.
Yeah, sometimes I fancy a natter, and then other times they're screaming at me. But you know, to each their own.
It doesn't sound like a good time.
Keeps me on my toes. It's something to do. Could make a bit of money out of it too.
From the ghosts and your psychiatric services that you offer them?
Yes. And also, you know, killing people, but you know, it is what it is. You know, sometimes they're vengeful and they want someone. I do that for them sometimes.
Right in front of you, Anna is like, I think I probably could have pushed him down these stairs.
You know, surprised you didn't. I was going to, but it wasn't my place.
See,
What
I
about
think
you?
I regret catching him. What about me?
What's your story?
I don't have much of a story.
Everyone has a story. Come on.
Oh, it's boring. You don't want to hear.
No, it's not.
It's
I want
not
to
as
hear it.
interesting as being a mysterious tiefling from God knows where. Speaking to ghosts.
That's true.
God.
I mean, you're speaking to Anna.
Everyone's speaking to Anna. It's losing the novelty.
All right,
Very quickly.
I'll find the ghost, and it will only speak to you. I'll create a special one-to-one.
I don't know if I'm quite ready to speak to the ghosts yet.
It's all right. I'll guide you through it. Most of the time, they don't kill you. I am still on 1 HP, but you know, most of the time.
All right, just to give me some warning. If there's going to be a ghost, just some
Right.
warning, please.
Oh, you haven't happened to meet an imp named Jeff on your travels, have you?
You asked me this the first time we met. I don't think I've met a Jeff since. No,
Oh,
I haven't. I don't fully know what I'm looking out for.
Anna, you're asking Anna.
A little imp.
An imp?
Anna. Has anyone here seen an imp before?
Yes.
Oh,
No.
Name's Jeff. I know you have, sister.
an imp? Where? What? What is an imp?
Little, with horns and a tail.
Is he your imp?
Adorable little things. Indeed, my imp.
And you've lost him?
Him. Raphael gets really teary-eyed.
Oh, for goodness sake. Brother,
I'm
we haven't
sorry I
seen him
brought
in
it up.
months. If not a year. I don't think Jeff can find us here. Did Jeff ever find us in this?
No.
No.
I always thought that imps were like little people. So why do you have a little person for your pet?
He's my best friend, other than my sister. He's my emotional support imp.
Getting mixed signals about what the relationship between you and this imp.
This is more concerning. It's not concerning. He's my friend.
So we have
I've
to
been
be
searching for him since session 0.
we have to be on the lookout for an imp.
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
Or
It is
any
my-
venomous creatures, to be honest. We'd love to hear about any of them. imps,
Any what?
otherwise, any sort of sightings, we would love for you to mention that, if anything comes about.
Number one,
What creatures, sorry?
Yeah, I
what
spoke over
sort of
you. Sorry,
creatures?
Steph.
Anything impish, fiendish, devilish, anything dodgy, really. My brother and I would be most grateful to be informed.
What do you categorize as impish?
Why do you need to know?
Yes.
I pull out a drawing of Jeff. This
No, I've
is
got
Should I
Jeff.
show you the
I
drawing?
got you.
I did it. I
I've
did
got
it
you.
myself.
There is a drawing. Where is it? I only have the original. But
Oh,
there's Jeff. Don't look at anything else.
Oh, he's
Jeff's
so
cute, actually. I support Jeff now.
Yeah,
Rafe
I'm
whips out her
gonna
diary. There's a
Find
quick sketch of Jeff.
the picture that I did of Jeff.
Lauren's one is cuter.
Cheers. I'm gonna love too.
I have a playlist for Jeff too.
Oh my god, of course you
Wow.
do.
Oh god, there's way too many pictures. Oh, here he is. He's sent on the group chat.
Jeff.
Oh, I love
Oh,
him.
so
He's
cute.
actually really cute.
Okay, we have to find
Now
Jeff.
you understand why I am devastated by the loss of Jeff. I have not been the same.
What happened to Jeff?
I won't say.
No, what were you
Him.
gonna say?
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say Jeff did not exist before session 0, by the way. This was a whim that I mentioned.
And we fell in love.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
What happened to Jeff? How did you lose him?
We
Lost him.
travel, and he didn't keep up.
Oh, if he's an imp, he would only have the little wings. You didn't go slow enough for him?
He wasn't it. He would only have
No.
the little wing.
We had other things on our minds.
That was great.
Like if my grandmother had wheels, she would be a bike.
If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
Jeff was
All
right
Gino.
by me.
Mm.
The company's gone. And he's been gone for how long? However long it's been since we started this campaign.
I ain't got much timeline.
Need
Did
more than round a year?
I think it's been like a kind of a year and a half-ish.
Yeah.
Between that and a year.
Would he not have gone home? They come from like the hills, no?
Yeah. I would assume so.
Probably the most likely place for him to go, really.
And he's not my familiar, so I can't really. He comes and he goes. He's his own imp.
When he goes, apparently.
Rest of the time.
Well, I will keep my eyes peeled.
Mm.
I appreciate
I
it.
feel
If
like
any of you
we
find
would
him,
notice.
I will reward you handsomely.
How handsomely.
Not that handsome.
I look in my bag. Not that handsomely. I'm not that rich right now.
Neither
I'll
am
close
I.
the flap of Brath's bag. Really not that handsomely.
I have
If I
clothes
sold my
died
entire
in.
wardrobe. Okay. I'd give you a gold, but you couldn't hold it.
I don't even hold these stupid ring Tercero gave me. And then you talk about imps and hell? No.
Maybe that's enough
You'd love Jeff.
new ideas for Anna for one day.
I now skulk about thinking about Jeff.
Oh.
Yeah, the mood is ruined.
We'll get him back, man.
Jeff
We
got
are going
mentioned.
to a graveyard, so we can be maudlin.
Yeah. And with that, you arrive at the Veiled Lady, which is kind of like, it's a part like Undertaker's, part sort of like funeral church graveyard place. And just as you pass, as you're about to like go in there, you see a figure you recognize, kind of coming out of the assembly hall. Big guy, red hair, This is the townskeeper Rufino, who you have met on occasion. And Rufino comes out and he's kind of like shaking his hands out, and like runs a hand through his hair, and kind of looks up, sees you, and waves and kind of says, good day, Master Tokki. How are you?
Oh, hello again. Keep running into you today.
Yes, the weather is worse than it was earlier. I have been called here on urgent business. The rain was not expected to be as heavy as it is, so we are worried about flooding now. So I am just writing letters to nearby towns to make sure everything is fine.
Oh, I hope everything works out.
Yes, he like puts a hand and like idly starts playing with like the necklace that he wears, to sort of just relieve some anxiety vibes. And says, but how are you? How are things going?
Good. We're wet and a little muddy, but all okay.
I can see you are muddy. Yes. I think you said you were going to look for the mysterious ghost. Yes.
Yeah. I kind of look at Anna like, can I give you away? And I say,
She's
no, what is... I think we found them.
Oh. This is good news. Have they been dealt with? Moved on?
Still working on it. I don't. How long have you lived in
He's
town?
40.
He's 40. Okay. It's maybe a bit before your time.
I knew
Sorry, I made a note.
No, I think it's true, but I'm not on the right page.
I mean, I did think I had a feeling that he was like 30s or 40s.
We'll write it down.
It's got a real great
Yes,
gauge of
40.
telling how old people are.
I've added to my notes.
Yeah, a young girl who died out in the marshes about 50 years ago. We're
Oh.
trying to find out what happened to her to help her rest.
Well, young girl. I mean, yes, like you say, it was before I was born. I don't remember. I made a habit of reading old records, but a lot to go through. But sounds like it would have been when my mother was alive around that time. But yeah, and he starts like playing with his necklace again.
Oh, is she no longer with us? I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, not. No, she passed away relatively recently.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Well, you know, this was hers. I found it among her things, so I imagine it was special to her, so I wear it to remember her.
That's lovely.
Ooh.
No,
Sorry.
I would...
I was gonna say, can I get a sneaky peek? Like a close sneaky peek of what the necklace
Yeah, it's a
kinda
silver
looks
ring
like?
on a chain.
Cute.
What does
Wait.
the ring look like?
What does the ring look like?
Is it matching? Are they BFF rings?
You've seen this ring before, or one very similar.
He gave out multiple rings to all his girlfriends.
Oh
It's
my
in your
God.
What a
notes, Steph.
kid.
I checked. You wrote down that he wore a ring around his neck.
Oh,
So
that's
in
so
crumbs,
good.
man. I've planned shit.
This is.
I'd like to go back to the house
Oh
and
my
Wait.
beat the
God.
shit out of that old man.
It's
No.
not the old man.
What him? We should have let him
It's
fall.
not him. It's not him.
Wait, who is it?
What? Huh?
Huh?
Wait. It's not Kieran, is it?
Kieran? No. Oh, Kieran's the guy
No,
that you found in your
I'm
session 0.
confused. Where the hell have I written he wears a silver ring around
Like,
his
I
neck?
think it was either last session or the one before.
Okay.
We did run into Rufino last session, so...
Mm.
I did. Silver chain with silver ring are his only adornment. Rufino.
Fuck's sake.
I'm very good at this.
I'm proud of myself. Well
Ah.
done. You should be.
What was your mother's name?
My mother's name was Emelina.
Melina. It's very pretty.
Thank you.
Was this her wedding ring?
No, no, she wore her and was buried with her wedding ring, but I found this among her things when she passed away, and it looks, old, so I figured she kept it her whole life, and it must have been important to her.
Well, it's beautiful that you've given it a new meaning, or a nice meaning.
Yes, it helps me feel close to her.
Wraith's gonna drift to the back of the party.
Mm.
Just cash. Just like Lena gets a a part of the
Yeah,
the graveyard fence. I don't know.
a big rock or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And just quietly murmur to Anna. Did you know an
Emelina, I did. Yeah, she was a little older than me, not much. She I mean, passing acquaintances.
Did she know Tercero?
Probably. I believe that I mean, it is not a small town. It doesn't seem to be much bigger now. I think everyone we were around the same age, ran in similar circles. I mostly kept to Dolores, to be fair.
Interesting. Curious and curious.
What you doing? We've got 2 minutes.
Should we?
Are we like in the graveyard? Can we?
Yeah, you're sort
have a
of like
quick
just
scan?
encroaching the graveyard grounds, and like Rufino's sort of Rufino's like, well, I should probably go back into the writing my letters, but have a good one.
You too.
Does Rufino's ring look like Anna's one?
Oh yeah, like it's nearly identical. His is cleaner.
Yeah. Nice.
This fucking guy.
I've never been so angry at an NPC, and we got fucking betrayed the last campaign to an insane level.
Back, at least she was honest.
Yeah, this guy's just some dude. But yeah,
Worst
so
guy.
you enter. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
No. You're just angry at him. You're just a little shit.
Unbelievable.
But yes,
Sorry,
you enter the Veiled Lady, and actually, we'll leave it there. But you enter, and there's a variety of headstones made of stone, some of wood, and we'll pick up next week with investigating what's going on in the graveyard, looking for Anna's grave, I think. But yeah, thanks very much.
Thanks,
Thank you, Lauren.
That was really fun.
I enjoyed.
More than ever, the last couple of sessions, I'm like, I want to play along.
Oh, I know.
No.
I don't want to stop. But I know we will have to. But I don't want to.
I know.
I'm glad that I could catch up as much as I did, because I was worried that I wouldn't know what was going on, but it felt okay.
Good.
Oh, good.
Love it. But yeah. But thank you very much. I think it's the same group next week. I think Izzy can't make it still, but I think we all can. So we will pick up with the mystery of Anna's death. And actually, I will say it's 3 o'clock in world. In real life, it's 10. And you know that in a couple of hours when the sun sets, that's when all the ghostly shit will stop for a month. So actually, we'll find out what will happen to Anna then, and whether or not she'll carry on haunting the ring, I suppose, actually.
Is it when the sun sets or the sun rises?
Sets. It'll be when the sun sets. Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah. Put this to bed. So, yeah. We'll see you next week if you make it on the deadline. But I had a good time. Thank you very much, everybody.
That was really good.
Thank
I
you.
can't believe the
Yay.
seeds
Thank
you've
you.
been
Oh, I
sowing.
know, I know.
And you picked everyone so well.
Yeah,
I keep
why
writing
not?
notes, and Lauren's like, "I'm glad you picked up on that." I'm like, "Picked up on what?" And she's like,
Yeah.
"You don't know."
Yeah. I like it.
We're all
going to
be relying on you, Steph.
Yeah.
The
I
best
wrote
note
something on
taker
my
of the
like.
group.
together.
I have like a page of notes for each of you guys on like this is Javi's page, this is Tokki's page, and Lauren was on the Javi page. She's like, "Glad you noticed that." I didn't know if they're gonna answer. I'm like, "Glad you noticed what?"
Sprinkling things in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like looking through yours after the end of every session. I'm like, I need to mention Sarah's name again or something because you didn't write it down. But yeah, just like it to be like it's not coming all out the blue. These people are around. They're living their lives.
So sneaky.
But yes, cool. Yeah, have a good week, everybody. Then, and I'll see you next week.